If I told you that it didn't need to be so hard once you understand what's really important? Most people already know their wattage needs. You know what you want to run and how much power you need. So the next step is deciding how that wattage should be delivered in your actual setup. At Renogy, we design solar panels for different environments and different ways of living. So today, I'll walk you through our main panels, types, and selections and help you choose the ones that make the most sense for your system. Once your wattage is defined, choosing the right panel comes down to three things: where it's installed, how it's used, and the environment it operates in. Get these right and your system can perform reliably for decades. That's why Renogy offers three distinct categories: rigid, portable, and flexible. Each one is engineered to solve different real-world challenges. So let's break them down and make the decisions easy for you. Rigid solar panels are the workhorses. They're designed for people who want long-term, stable energy production without compromise. You get the highest structural stability, the longest lifespan, and the most consistent performance over time. They're ideal for RV roofs, off-grid cabins, permanent residential systems, and basically any setup where you want an infrastructure that can last 25 years or more. If you want strong performance with an efficient system cost, Renogy's N-type rigid panels are a great place to start. High output, compact footprint, and easy to integrate. Traditional P-type panels have served the market for a long time, but N-type is the next generation. What changes with N-type is the consistency. Higher efficiency, better performance in hot weather, stronger low light response, and significantly less degradation over time. A simple way to think about it is that both types generate power, but N-type holds performance better than conditions are not perfect. In this series, you're getting N-type solar cells with up to 25% conversion efficiency, plus advanced 16BB multi-bus bar technology. What does that mean? Well, the result is reliable output that holds up better in heat, low light, and years of demanding use. Here's what it looks like in real terms. In high heat, traditional panels can lose 10 to 20% of their rated output. N-type panels can maintain 3 to 7% higher output under the same conditions. And over a long lifespan, those small differences add up big time. That's why the N-type series is one of the smartest ways to build a stable solar system without overcomplicating a thing. Now, what if your problem is not efficiency, but space? A lot of people hit the same wall. You need more power, but you're out of roof space. That's where a bifacial becomes really smart solution. Traditional panels generate power from the front side only. Bifacial panels generate power from both sides. The front captures direct sunlight and the back captures reflected light from the surface underneath. So you are not just using the sun, you are using the environment as well. The gain depends on what's below the panel. Snow can reflect 70 to 80%, white rooftops around 70%, sand around 40%, and even grass around 20%. By capturing that reflected light, bifacial panels can increase total energy output by 10 to 30% without adding more panels or needing more space. So if roof space is tight, bifacial helps you get more energy from the same footprint. And in snowy regions especially, it can be a real advantage. Next, let's talk about one of the worst things and most frustrating problems in real-world solar: shading. In perfect lab conditions, panels look amazing, but in real life, perfect sunlight is rare. Vents, antennas, trees, buildings, and changing sun angles all create partial shading. What most people do is not realize is that even the smallest shadows can cause a big performance hit. Most traditional panels use string architecture, where cells are connected in series. So if one section is shaded, it can drag down the output of the whole string. In some cases, just 10% shading can cause 50 to 80% power loss. And shaded cells can also create hot spots, which can damage panels over time. That's why Renogy introduced ShadowFlux, the world's first anti-shading rigid panel. This is not a cosmetic change, it's a redesign of how a panel handles shade altogether. ShadowFlux uses high-efficiency N-type cells up to 25% conversion rate, plus cell-level bypass technology. So when shade hits, only the affected cells are bypassed, while the rest keep producing. That means less power loss and more consistent energy output in imperfect conditions. Here's a real-world example. Under 25% shading, a traditional 200-watt panel might drop to 1 to 2 watts. Almost a complete loss. The same ShadowFlux panel under identical conditions and output around 130 watts, about 35% loss. This is a dramatic difference in usable power. If your rooftop space is limited and your lighting conditions are complex, ShadowFlux helps you get more usable power from the same wattage footprint. Now, not every solar setup needs to be permanent. For people who want power on the move, portable panels are all about flexibility, mobility, and fast deployment. You set up quickly, generate power, pack up, and go. The eFlex series is built for true plug-and-play solar. These panels have integrated USB ports so you can charge devices directly. No controller, no complicated setup, unfold it, plug in, and start charging. eFlex comes in both PERC versions, 120 watt and 220 watt, and N-type versions, 100 watt and 200 watt. So you can choose based on performance needs and budget. They're great for camping, keeping communication devices charged, photography and video work where cameras and drones need constant power, mobile work setups, and any situation where you want solar panel without building a full system. Now the 30 watt eFlex serves a different purpose. Think of it as a backup plan for staying connected. It's ideal for charging phones and power banks on extended outdoor trips, for emergency kits, hiking and backpacking where weight matters, and everyday carry for people who want solar charging available anytime. It weighs about 1 pound and folds down to the size of a tablet. Simple, compact, and easy to store in a backpack. Now, if you want maximum flexibility and compact storage for van travel, this is where the solar blanket makes a ton of sense. It folds down small, packs away easily, and you can set it up almost anywhere around your vehicle or campsite. You've not locked into one single mounting spot. Here's how it stays so compact. The 200 watt model uses an 8-fold design, and the 400 watt uses a 16-fold design. So even though you're getting serious wattage, it still folds down into a backpack-sized package you can move and store without hassle. And you're not trading portability for performance. It uses high-efficiency N-type cells with 16 BB technology, so it can deliver strong output when the sun is out. The best part is the way that you can use it. It comes with a carrying handle and straps, so you can lay it flat on the ground, drape it over your van, or hang it from a tree or a trend line. No rigid frames, just unfold it, aim it at the sun, and start generating power. The solar blanket is built for people who like to travel light but still want real power on the road. If you're living out of a van, overlanding, or moving campsite to campsite, it's a simple way to bring solar with you without adding bulky gear. It uses built-in MC4 connectors so you can plug it straight into your setup and power the things that people actually rely on outdoors. Portable power stations, a car fridge, a satellite phone, camping fans, even cooking equipment. And on a 200 watt model, you can integrate USB ports, which means you can charge your phones and small devices directly. No extra adapters needed. It's IP65 rated and reinforced for outdoor conditions, so it's made to handle real use outside, not just perfect weather. If your style of adventure is packing light and traveling far, this is the kind of solar that fits that mindset. If you want serious output in a portable format, the lightweight suitcase panels are the sweet spot. You get portability with performance that feels closer to rigid panels. They include adjustable kickstands so you can aim them at the sun, a foldable design that sets up in almost 60 seconds with no tools, and integrated handles and pre-wired connections to make system integration simple. They use mono PERC options 220 watt and 400 watt, and N-type options 100 watt and 300 watt for consistent performance. Great for extended outdoor living as a primary source or as a flexible supplement to an RV system. They are ideal for people living outdoors for longer periods and RV owners who want flexibility. One big advantage of this is that you can park your RV in shade, then place the suitcase panel in direct sunlight and angle it for better output. Now for some installs, rigid panels simply are not an option. Maybe you have a curved RV roof or maybe a boat deck with compound curves. Maybe you cannot drill into a rental or leased vehicle, or your roof structure cannot support the weight of rigid panels. That's where flexible panels become a practical alternative. Flexible panels are a different approach to solar engineering. They're ultra thin, typically 2 to 3 millimeter thick compared to 30 to 35 millimeter for rigid panels. They're lightweight, up to 75% less weight than rigid panels for the same voltage, and they can bend up to 240 degrees, so they can conform to curved surfaces rigid panels cannot. And they enable no drill installs using industrial adhesive, which is perfect when you cannot or do not want to penetrate a roof. That makes them ideal for Airstream-style curved roofs, boat decks, van tops, older RVs where weight matters, and rental setups where permanent modification is not allowed. Now I do want to be honest, there are some trade-offs here. Flexible panels usually have shorter lifespans than rigid panels, often 5 to 10 years versus 25 plus years of rigid panels. They can be slightly less efficient due to substrate materials, and they often cost more per watt than comparable rigid panels. But if rigid panels will not work for your install, these trade-offs are worth it. You are not settling, you are choosing the right tool for the job. Let's wrap this with a simple decision framework. Once your wattage is decided, choosing the right panel is about matching your setup to your environment. Answer this: is your need mostly permanent or mostly mobile? If it's permanent, do you have space constraints? If yes, consider bifacial. Do you deal with shading? If yes, ShadowFlux is built for that. If it's mobile, how often will you deploy? Daily use points to suitcase panels, and occasional use points to eFlex. Need maximum deployment flexibility and compact storage for vehicle-based travel? Solar Blanket folds small and positions anywhere in your van. And if you're working with curved surfaces or weight limitations, that's where flexible panels shine. At Renogy, every panel type exists for a reason. We do not believe in one size fits all because real-world solar challenges are different. Our engineering is focused on solving real problems in real conditions. So here's my practical advice. Do not buy the cheapest panel or the highest wattage and assume it's the best. Think about where and how you'll install it. Think about where you'll be in 5 years because things need change. Factor in install complexity and what tools or skills you actually have. Look at total system costs, not just panel costs, because the right panel can save you money on accessories and installation. And prioritize reliability over peak lab specs. Consistent real-world performance is what matters most. If you're still not sure which type is right for you, our Renogy support team can help walk you through this situation. I also recommend checking out our user community, where real owners share real experiences in different environments. This kind of feedback is incredibly valuable and can help you. Thanks for watching this deep dive into Renogy's solar panel lineup. I hope this helps you choose with confidence. And remember, the best solar panel is the one that matches your reality. Happy solar shopping. Hello, I'm Cade, and I'm here today to show you how to shop for the right solar panel for you. I know when you start shopping for solar panels, it can get really confusing with all the different terminologies and specs, but what if I told you that it didn't need to be so hard?
Hi, I'm Cade. I'm here with Renogy today to talk to you guys about our brand new Renogy RV Power Solutions. Building your RV power system should be fun. It should not feel like a second job. When you're dealing with a bunch of compatibility questions, different voltages, and different brands, it can get super confusing. If you've ever tried to install your own RV power system, you know exactly how it goes. You get a battery from here, an inverter from here, and let's say a solar panel from those guys. When you try to finally put the system together, you run into a wall because they're not playing well together. And somehow, you need to try and figure out wiring, AC connecting, and compatibility all on your own. But there is a better way to do this. You don't need to build the whole system because we at Renogy already have. Introducing Renogy RV Solutions. These are not singular products that you have to figure out. These are complete energy systems that have been planned from day one to work together. Solar panels, chargers, batteries, inverters, cables, fuses, mounting brackets, and monitoring all put together into one pre-matched solution for you. The goal is simple: less compatibility questions, more usable energy, and easier installs. Whether you're building for weekend giveaways or extended off-grid trips, Renogy RV Solutions are built around how RV life really happens. The Go Far solution is used for everyday essentials, like device charging, refrigeration, and lighting, and everyday comforts for weekend trips. The Go Further solution is for higher demand setups, so think full working days with Starlink, trying to stay comfortable in hot summer afternoons, and longer time between hookups. So here's what the build actually looks like. You mount the main components, follow the numbered connections on the master map, and use the guided installation videos anytime you want a visual. Each part is labeled and the steps stay clear. Once everything is connected, your system is live and you can monitor power in real time from the Renogy app. And if you're thinking, I'm not an electrician, well, same here. I built this in a weekend and honestly, it went smoother than I thought. So let's walk through the components that make Renogy RV Solutions stand out. Real off-grid life does not mean clear skies all the time. Overcast, trees, hanging lines, everything gets in the way. And that's why the ShadowFlux panel is built for the real world. It's designed to take that partial shading and make it a non-issue, to be able to produce more so you can use more throughout the day. Is, like I mentioned, a very important day.
All right. I listened to your guys' feedback. I made sure that I took in every single bit of it so that I can bring you the kind of content and live streams that you care about. So if you remember, a couple weeks ago, a few weeks ago maybe, we had a live stream with our Renogy expert, Eric. He is our head of training, super smart guy, way smarter than me. And he came in and answered all your guys' questions. Our feedback from you guys was unbelievable. And I want to make sure that we listen to your feedback and we follow it up. So I have traveled the world to bring you guys, probably in the world, leading expert in off-grid. I think he can, I would say you can compete with the whole world.
Well, maybe.
I would say. So he is the one and the only Renogy's favorite trainer, Steven.
Awesome, Cade.
All right. So Steven, for the friends that don't know you, maybe you can do a quick intro who you are.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gave me the alley-oop, so I really appreciate the warm welcome and excited to be doing the video with you today. So I am the manager of our product solutions training team here on the US side. So I work closely with our dealer partners, OEM partners, getting that training out to our community as far as bridging that gap, you know,
Right.
from what you're seeing with the technology, what you're hearing from the customer. And we're going out there just to make sure everybody has an understanding of not just the technology, but kind of how Renogy plays a part in the whole ecosystem. So excited to be here, excited to be a part of the Q&A, and I'll be here, you know, to do whatever I can to assist.
All right. So mentioning Q&A, we have a fantastic question here from John Henry Jones 9533, and it's important, that's very poignant, is your inverter isn't working, you say, and we sent you a new one and it's still not working. So please, you can reach out to us at support@renogy.com.
Yep.
And you can mention specifically that I'm sending you from the live stream. Okay, we can make sure that we get on this ASAP and make sure that we can get you whole and sorted out.
Yep.
Did I miss anything?
No, that's it. I mean, the biggest thing that we're here to do is support you guys, our consumers. It's number one. If you're having issues with your components, by all means, we're here to support you through in and throughout. So reach out. If you're not getting through on the phone, email us, and we have a very extensive team to reach out to you, typically within 24 to 48 hours. So if you're still having issues, please reach out, and we're here to definitely rectify those issues.
Right. So with that, I see a question from Lucius. I'll get to your question in just a second, Lucius. Thank you for joining. You're always welcome in these live streams. We are running a cool little B camera and an A camera that we just switched to, and a B camera, and an A camera, and a B camera, and an A camera. It's pretty fun.
Yeah?
I love doing that. We have our wonderful production master, Edwin, behind the camera. Edwin, you can say what's up.
DJ Edwin.
What's up? And I can't see too well. So I'm saying, can never get anyone on the phone. Make sure you're calling during Pacific time business hours, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You know the specific hours?
Yeah, 8 to 5 Pacific time. Give us a call, and we have our team here. If you still can't get a hold of anybody, I could give you my direct email address, and then I could definitely lead you towards, you know, the promised land. So I'll put my email address in the chat, and then I could definitely assist as much as possible from my end.
Right. So if you guys didn't notice, I'm sure many of you do that often come to this live stream. The background is way different. We travel, or I travel the world to bring you guys this unbelievable expert. And I see a question from Lucius, one of my good friends, and he asked, what battery is good for someone just starting off-grid?
Definitely, and that's a very open-ended question, but right off the bat, the number one thing I would recommend is not starting off with older technology, you know, with something like a sealed lead acid battery or a flooded battery that's kind of been the norm, and it's kind of a cheaper entry level price point. But start off with something that you're really gonna enjoy that off-grid living and get the best experience, which is starting with the lithium battery. We have our lithium batteries, our very entry-level core batteries, starting off at 50 amp hours at a very reasonable retail price. So that's a good entry level into the lithium technology, understanding the ins and outs of it, and then it just gradually gets better from there. The core series does not come with all the bells and whistles like Bluetooth or self-heating.
Right.
When we get into the Pro and Rego series, that's when we start getting into some of those other bells and whistles. But I would say start off with a very entry-level lithium battery, and that's going to start you off a lot in a couple steps, you know, further than most RVers that are starting off with their build.
Right. That's a fantastic answer.
Yeah.
And
I would also add what I'd like to say on these live streams is like, figure out exactly what your needs are.
100%.
You don't need maybe 300 amp batteries to start off, right? You can start off by looking at, okay, I know I need to run the AC for maybe 4 hours a day.
Yep.
I know I need to run my fridge for 12 hours a day. And do this math. We have a lot of great resources on our website for this also. So you can figure out the math, start small, and you can always build up.
Yeah.
I think some people just like ball out right away and their battery bank is way bigger than they'll ever use, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's big. Just understand exactly what you're trying to use, what you can fit, in your build. And then, yeah, once you have that understanding, then we have a huge assortment of different size batteries that can best fit your needs and make sure that you're getting everything that you need, out of your needs.
Right. So Edwin, behind the camera, do you mind, can we send in the chat Steven's email?
Yeah. So
if you're okay with that?
Yeah, it's my first and last name, so Steven.Clifton@Renogy.com.
Awesome. So yeah, John Henry Jones, you can absolutely reach out directly to Steven and he'll make sure that you get connected.
Yeah.
So we can get that sorted.
And I'm not going anywhere. I'm actually coming up on my 10-year anniversary here at Renogy, which is very exciting. And I'll make sure that I get your email read by the powers that be and we get you handled as soon as possible. So thank you, John Henry Jones, for jumping in the stream. And however you can reach out to us, we'll make sure we're taking care of you.
And thank you for your patience. Obviously, we want every single product out of the box to work for 10, 15 years. So on these off chances where there are issues, I just want to thank you so much for being patient, and we're going to get you sorted for sure.
Yep.
All right. So, guys, I want to see, the chat is going so slow today. I know, okay, let me be honest. I did mess up the scheduling a little bit. I forgot about the round of 32 for the World Cup. So I apologize for that. Hopefully we can have us on the phone and you guys watching the game on the TV.
Yeah.
But I want to see the chat moving. So let me know, how are you guys feeling about our chances in the World Cup for Team USA?
1-0 already.
1-0 already. We do have the game going just off camera. So if we score and start screaming, that's probably why. And I apologize for that.
Yeah.
All right. We have a question from Scott Shelley. I hope I pronounced that right, Scott. I have an older Class A that I'm needing to change the batteries. Can I use the existing inverter charger with the new lithium batteries?
It's a fantastic question, Scott Shelley, and I really appreciate your little emoji. It looks like we got Buc-ee's up there, and I'm a big fan of Buc-ee's gas stations anytime I'm in Texas. So shout out to Buc-ee's, of course. But yeah, as far as your question, regarding swapping out some older batteries in your Class A to newer lithium batteries and using your existing inverter charger, first off, we do recommend that it has some kind of lithium charging profile that's going to best charge that lithium battery at the required needs as far as getting it to 100%. But keep in mind, if you do have an older converter or older inverter charger that is not lithium compatible, it's not going to damage the lithium battery. It's just going to not charge it at the correct rate. So the battery will basically charge at that sealed lead acid rate, and you'll get it somewhere around like 80%. So you won't get it to 100%, but it will be able to send a charge to that battery. And then you could use other charging sources like solar or a DC to DC charger to replenish that remaining 20%. So it's really up to you if you want to upgrade that inverter charger to something that's lithium compatible, or just understanding, the ins and outs that you won't get to 100%. It's not going to damage the battery, and you could use other charging sources to get to that, replenish that remaining 20%.
Right. And this is why we have Steven on the live stream. I could answer maybe with 50% accuracy. I try my best, and I see Logistics and Crypto, welcome back. Thank you for coming back to the live stream. What's up? What is the show today, guys? I brought you guys one of the leading off-grid energy professionals in the world, Steven Clifton, and he's going to be answering your guys' questions. And the thing is, it doesn't even have to be about off-grid. It doesn't have to be about Renogy. You can say, hey, Steven, what's your favorite color?
Yeah, turquoise.
That's a good answer. And my favorite color is brown. So so this is Steven's first live stream. He's joining us. Hopefully we're going to have many more.
100%. And I'll be here to talk to you guys about whatever you need. We love being here, and I'm glad I could be here with Cade.
Yeah, we have a great time, man. Of course, we talk about products, we talk about deals, we talk about the technology, but it's also just like a great time for the community to join us.
Yeah.
And talking about community, if you guys are watching on Renogy.com, we have on this landing page links to our Facebook group, to our Reddit, to our forum, and these are really, really great places to get involved in the community. If you're in our Facebook group?
I am, yeah.
The Facebook group is so cool.
Yeah.
There's like so many posts every day sharing photos of their setups, people asking questions. And it's a great place to get in touch with everyone.
I'll try to jump in there and answer questions, and the community usually answers the question before me. And it's a beautiful thing to see. We have a large community. Like I said, I've been with the company for a long time, and I've seen the growth within our forums, within our social media, and to see it flourish and to see it kind of just be automated and us to be in there to assist where we can, it's awesome. Through the app, wherever it may be.
All right, look at this. We got some awesome messages from, I hope I pronounced your name correctly, Task Quality. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. I've been considering installing solar panels, inverter, and battery system to run my gas 230-volt fridge. I'm stumbling over my words, sorry guys. What amp hour of lithium battery and solar panel wattage would I need for my location in
Hobart, TAS. I'm not sure where that is, to be honest.
Tennessee?
I'm gonna have to Google that. Let's see.
Yeah, and 43 degrees south, Hobart averages 3.5 to 3.8 peak sun hours, so about Seattle per day. Summer averages about 5 hours, winter drops to around, okay, yeah, that's even worse than Seattle. So
yeah, Australia.
That's a fantastic question.
Yeah.
That's a question for Stephen.
Yeah, so something like that. I mean, you're not getting that many peak sun hours. So having solar is going to assist, but you got to understand that solar is not going to be able to really give you that big boost that you're going to need. So it's going to be there to be kind of like a trickle charger. And it really depends on how long you're going to be running that fridge. If it's running 24/7, typically a fridge like that running on 230 volts is going to probably, I would say, somewhere around 4 to 5 amps per hour, just depending on if you're, opening that fridge a lot, depending on the ambient temperature, so on and so forth. So if we're pulling about 5 amps per hour for a 24-hour span, you're going to be looking at somewhere around like 125 hours, of draw per day. So I would say something like a 200 amp hour battery would be a good size, just to kind of oversize, especially that you're not going to get that much from solar. And if you are able to basically just max out how much solar you can do on your roof, it really just depends on the footprint of how many panels you can get on there. And then once you have your system set up as far as how many panels, then you can understand how long it takes to replenish your battery from 0 to 100%, once it's depleted in your conditions. I know that's not the perfect, turnkey answer, but it just really depends on how much footprint you have. In essence, if you have like a 1,000 watt solar system, that's going to send somewhere around, let's see, around 100 amps an hour. So we would be looking at, replenishing that battery bank in about 2 hours. So it just really depends on how much solar you can get on the roof.
Right. And something that you just said, Stephen, resonated with me a lot is that there's almost no turnkey answers in off-grid energy. I think that's something that 3-Day RV knows really well. Hey, 3-Day, good to see you.
Oh, hey.
And that's kind of the beauty of off-grid energy, is that there's so many different ways that you can do it, and it's really so much DIY and just playing with it until it works.
100%.
So is that something that attracted you to off-grid energy?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, before I started working at Renogy, I have a background in automotive technology. That's what I went to school for. And I was kind of dabbling around with solar stuff. I used to have turtles, and I had a little turtle pond in my backyard. So I built a little solar system that was for the fountain and for the water filtration system.
I want a turtle pond.
It was awesome. And that's what really intrigued me, learning like, wow, this is DC electricity. It's very side by side as far as what I learned in the automotive field with 12-volt electricity. So that's what really attracted me to solar. And then on my regular time, in my normal personal life, I do a lot of backpacking. I do a lot of hiking. My wife and I are big advocates, and being out in the nature and whatever we can do to reduce our carbon footprint is huge in the world. So solar, renewable energy, I feel like has barely been tapped, and the technology is just getting better and better. And the fact that we're in the forefront, it's exciting.
Right, right. Turtle lives matter too. So 3 day. You said you're slinging panels right now. Where are you putting up your panels? What's going on? Give us some details. You're not watching the World Cup game. By the way, yeah, speaking of World Cup, if we score, guys, if Team USA scores, please let us know in the chat.
Yeah.
We need to figure it out.
I need a goal across the board.
But like I said, you know, me and Steven, we're together, but we're getting a little bit lonely up here. I want to ask you guys a question. The chat's just moving a little too slow for my liking. Let me know, what are you guys running right now? What is your battery bank looking like? Are you maybe trimming down, or are you building more? What are you looking towards for your next system or for your next upgrade? Let me know in the chat. I want to know. All right. 3-day RV said, installing brand.
Very nice.
Ooh.
ShadowFlux are my favorite. Let me tell you, I've seen a lot of solar panels come out in the last decade, and the moment that we started doing our R&D on the ShadowFlux technology and the capabilities of having an anti-shade panel, it makes too much sense to have these panels on your roof, especially in these mobile applications. And I'm sure you have been a big advocate of that 3-day RV, so we really appreciate that.
Right. And speaking of ShadowFlux, I do want to say right now for our special deal, we do have a live stream exclusive deal coming up in just a little bit. I promise I'll say it.
Okay.
But right now we do have 11% off our ShadowFlux 200 watt panel. I don't want to talk too much about deals, but you guys can see on the landing page or at www.renogy.com. Right now for a limited time, we have 11% off the 200 watt ShadowFlux. So 3-day, you're giving me segues right now. I love it. 200. Jeez Louise.
That's impressive. 1,400 watts. You know, you got definitely a hefty system, so that's impressive.
You're talking about the 450 watt bifacial. Have you been following our new bifacial 3-day RV? I know it is the 3-day, or I'm stumbling over my words. This is the beauty of live, right? In our recorded videos, you'll never see that. Are the new bifacials also for our business partners as well? Or
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, we have those new ShadowFlux available. We do have different sizes in the 100 and 200 that are a lot more suitable for a bigger array of...
Are the bifacals?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes. I'm so sorry. Yeah, the bifacials, they're great, you know, for most of our partners. The biggest thing with the bifacial is just understanding, you know, using that RV tilt mount is the best way to pair up with that panel to really utilize the technology out of those panels. So we have a lot of different sizes, and not just the ShadowFlux, but the bifacial, just kind of showing you the different type of technologies that we offer. And we're always going to the board of saying, hey, you know, solar is a very innovative field, and we want to be in the forefront. We want to be the first, you know, manufacturer coming out with this new technology. And I'm sure in the next year we'll have something better than ShadowFlux.
Right, and that's just how fast this industry moves. And you guys got to keep up with it. And what's a good way to keep up with it? On our social media, on our website, we're always chatting. Look at all these comments.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. Logistics in Crypto said, what solar solutions can you propose to me for my semi-truck? I have an EcoFlow AC and I need to charge it. I need some strong setup.
Yeah, definitely. Depending on how much you're going to be running that air conditioner, is going to really dictate, you know, how big of a battery bank you're going to need, and so on and so forth. So, you know, we would recommend sending us that information. We have a really good sizing calculator now on our Renogy.com website. Mm-hmm. You could put in the application, you know, exactly how much wattage you're trying to pull, and it will spit out a pretty accurate number as far as how many batteries you should get, what amp hour rating, and what size, you know, solar system paired up, maybe with like a DC to DC charger and, you know, one of our bigger inverter chargers. So I don't want to give you, you know, an exact answer because it's kind of open-ended. Right. I don't have the wattage in front of me of that air conditioner, but I would say look up the wattage of that EcoFlow air conditioner. Let us know how many hours you're going to be running it, and then we could let you know exactly how many batteries you're going to need.
I see a question from Hannah Lykel. I hope I pronounced that right. Sorry, Hannah. Guys, I'm wondering if there's a power system kit good for a total beginner like me. It's kind of related to what we just said. You really need to know what your needs are. You don't want to overscale it. You don't want to do too low, too high. So it really depends on what you need. So for example, if you're only going to be using like the lights, charging your laptop for like 2 hours a day, and maybe doing the fridge for a weekend, you probably don't need our brand new go further solution.
Yeah.
It's 7.6 kilowatt per hour. You don't need that,
Yeah.
right? But there could be something else. Maybe our go far solution,
Yep.
which is about 3.8 kilowatt per hour, could be great for you, or maybe something even smaller. Maybe you don't need the accessories, or I guess you did say you're a beginner. Maybe you do need the accessories.
Yeah.
But ultimately it depends on what your needs are. So maybe you can let us know in the chat.
Yeah.
What do you want to power, and maybe we can send you in the right direction.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the main way to look at it. The other way to look at it is how much room do you have? You know,
That's a great.
and
That's a great.
if you can only put 2 panels up, all right, we could do 2 panels. You only have a battery bank to put so much size. So you know, it really is dictated by letting us know what you have. At that point, we can say, hey, this is how we can maximize your system, or hey, if you want to be autonomous, where your system can just run off the grid by itself,
Right.
then we're going to need all those numbers as Cade was alluding to.
So let us know, Hannah, or at least give us the basic idea of what you want to run, how much space you got. We'd love to help you out. All right, we got Rocket Mail 9652. I have Renogy Smart Pro 100 amp battery and 2 Rover controllers connected to it, a 200 amp and 40 amp, all have Bluetooth. The battery has OTA update capability, but there is no update option for the Rover controllers.
Yes, so we do have OTA updates available for certain components that we upgraded the software, and we're able to roll it out through the app, through interface via Bluetooth, but not all of our components offer the OTA update. So I know a lot of our Rego components do, a lot of our batteries do. The Rover is one of our tried and true series, and I don't think we have any OTA updates on those currently. But it is always something that's possible in the future.
Right.
So just keep a lookout on our newsletters, on our website. Look at the manuals. We always update our manuals. So if we do come out with some kind of update to optimize the controller, we'll definitely let you know. But the fact that there's not an update doesn't mean anything's wrong with it. It means it's perfectly fine the way it is.
Right. So before we jump to logistics in crypto's addition to his question, I do want to say at the end of this live stream, we will be giving away 2 Dr. Prepare 10,000 mAh portable chargers. So you guys want to make sure you stay until the end of the live stream, and we're going to get 2 free chargers, or first come, first serve. So you want to stay around.
Yeah.
Get your friends in here, you get free portable chargers. It's really awesome.
Yep.
Our friends at Dr. Prepare always take care of us.
100%.
Right. So logistics in crypto was originally asking about his
It's air conditioner, yeah, I remember.
And so 500 watts from 10 hours.
Yeah, so something like that, that's going to be a 5,000 watt hour pool. What we have to really handle that amount of discharge would be something like our Rego battery.
Right.
1 Rego battery equals 5 kilowatt hours. So basically, running that air conditioner, you could run it for about 5 hours out of 1 Rego battery. So if you're doing, you could run it for 10 hours out of that 1 Rego battery, but it's going to deplete it all the way. So you have to keep in mind how much charging sources or how much solar you can actually add to your truck to replenish that. But with that 1 Rego battery, you could run it for 10 hours. If you want to have double the amount of capacity, you could do 2 Rego batteries,
Right.
something like that. Or if you didn't want to do the Rego 400 amp hour batteries, you could stack up a lot of our like pro batteries, either 100 or 200 amp hour batteries, and you could put them in parallel. It just really depends on how much room you have. But I would say starting off at about a 400 amp hour battery bank is a good starting point to run your load. If you really want to be safe, I would double up and do like 800 amp hours.
Right. So Michael, I'm so sorry, Michael Tedchunuk.
That's pretty good.
2176. Hopefully, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. You're running a van conversion, 2 of the 100 amp hour heating batteries, DC to DC charger controller, and 2 100 watt Renogy panels.
It's a perfect system.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I take it, are you doing more weekend trips or day trips? What are you using it for? I would love to know your use case.
Yeah.
We got Van Life Nate asking a great question. I noticed some products like the Communication Hub. I just punched the microphone. Sorry, guys. Communication Hub and Combiner Box disappeared from the website. Do you know if they are coming back? So that is a great question. I cannot say exactly for sure, but I'll make sure that we can get on that. And
for these questions that I miss, I always jump back into the next live stream so that we can talk about it a little bit more. Do you have any information about this?
No, I
don't think
know
so.
a lot of times it might be inventory wise, or we're coming out with a newer product that's
Right.
going to phase out that older product. So just keep an eye out on our website. Believe me, we put out our updates all the time on our direct website.
Right.
And you'll get the newsletter if you are signed up to our emails.
Right. And our website does have from, I believe, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. PST time, we have our assistant that can actually chat with you on the website. We also have our AI assistant on the website, so you can ask and maybe you can get some more clarification. I'm sorry that we don't have a straight answer there. Yeah. All right, let me see. From the Wandering Troubadour. Am I butchering
No, I
everyone's
think
name?
you're right on it. You're doing better than me.
Will a self-heating battery continue if the temp drops, or do I need to charger to run it back up to temps to continue to work?
So the self-heating batteries will continue to work. You can discharge these batteries past that freezing point, and it will continue to work.
There we go.
Sorry.
Or, no. There we go.
Yeah. And basically, the biggest issue with the below freezing temperatures with the lithium batteries is the capability of charging the battery. So what happens with the self-heating battery, it does require some kind of incoming charge. So either from solar, DC to DC charging, or inverter charging. And as long as you have that incoming charge, you'll take a couple amps out of that charge to run that heater when the temperature drops below 41 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's for charging. So say if your battery already starts below that freezing temperature, the moment that it sees a charge coming in, it will use that charge strictly for the heater. That heater will activate, it will heat up those cells, and then once the cells are warm, the BMS will say, hey, I'm happy, I'm good, let's bring a charge in, because now we're above those freezing temperatures, and it will continue to keep that heater warm and keep those cells above those freezing conditions, and then the rest of the charge will replenish the cells.
Right. Man, you're impressive.
Thank you. Oh my, I feel like a chef sometimes.
No, I do the exact. There's probably like a highlight reel of me doing this. All right, thanks a lot, guys. No problem. Logistics and crypto, always reach out to us. We're always available. And if you guys know, I'm here just about every single week. Maybe Steven isn't here every week, but this is the highlight of my week.
Yep.
This totally beats being behind a computer, being able to chat with every one of you. So thank you so much for joining us. All right, Hannah coming back. Not planning to live in it full time, but I intend for weekend and 1 to 2 week trips. Okay, so a little bit bigger system probably. How much capacity do I need? Needing power for lights, fan, a small fridge, charging phones, and trying to learn about options. And this is in terms of a solution or kit.
Understood. Yeah, so something like this, you have to keep in mind as far as what kind of camping style do you enjoy? Are you going out boondocking? Are you going out dry camping where there's no shore power connections? Or are you a camper that likes going to campsites that have plug-in? So you're just driving from one like KOA location to another, where you're going to have the capability of plugging in when you are parked. Now, that's a kind of the two options. For option A, if you're boondocking and being off the grid, you're definitely going to need a bigger battery bank to account for how much you're going to be using. Whereas option B, if you're just trying to have enough power when you're not plugged in, you're not going to need as big of a battery bank. And that's where we kind of have our scalable kits. So once you figure out, okay, I like plugging in a lot, okay, then I really don't need a big battery bank. Or I want to go and be able to camp wherever I want in the world, then you're going to need a pretty adequate battery bank, especially if you're running air conditioners, space heaters, anything like that.
And if it turns out that you're looking at that adequate need, then definitely something to check out is that Go Far solution.
Yep.
Go Further solution is brand new, comes with all the accessories. So it comes with this awesome mind map that people normally charge like $100 for.
Yeah.
We're giving away completely for free. So everything is labeled, boom, 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 put it together. It's pretty cool.
It's like putting Legos together.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. I don't know if we're allowed to say that.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
Building
bricks.
Building blocks. Yeah. The Wandering Troubadour says, I'm considering buying a 300 amp hour battery and have a 60 amp Renogy controller with four 100 Renogy solar panels. Should I add more solar panels?
That's a great question. So with those 400 watts of solar, it's a pretty adequate charge going to that battery bank. If that's keeping up with your needs, there's really no need to add any more solar.
Right.
Now, if it's not keeping up with your needs or you want to recharge your battery a little bit faster, you can max out that 60 amp charge controller with up to 800 watts of solar. So you could definitely add more solar panels. You can double up what you have right now, and that will double up the rate of charge that you're currently getting.
This is so much fun. I hope you're having fun.
When I'm not here with you, I'm typically watching these on the back end just because I enjoy seeing what we're doing with the community, and these live streams go a long way. And I do a lot of live training, so I take a lot of notes from your presentations.
No, you're the Renogy guy, so I'm just following in your footsteps.
I appreciate it.
All right. Logistics and crypto. I don't think I can put solar panels to my roof if my roof is fiberglass. I need flexible ones, correct?
Yeah, typically, and you might want to consult with the installer, you know, just with your roof and exactly the capabilities if you want to drill into it. Typically not, I don't think, on fiberglass. So the flexible option is going to be your best bet.
With adhesive,
with
correct?
adhesive.
Yeah.
Yep.
The flexibles are so cool.
Yeah.
I like to just do this with them.
You hear wah, 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 wah.
Actually, we have some right behind the camera. All right. Hannah says, thanks a lot. I'm going to get me one. Absolutely, Hannah. Thank you. Whoa. Thank you for joining us. And let's stay in here, guys. And don't forget, you guys have to remind us if Team USA scores. I'm going to look at the score. Nah, we're good.
That's fine. As long as they're winning.
As long as we're winning. But yeah, guys. So, like I said, toward the end of this live stream, at the top of the hour or around there, we're going to be giving away two 10,000 mAh Dr. Prepare portable chargers. They can charge your phone, charge your tablet, charge whatever you need. So make sure you stick around for that. They're first come, first serve. And besides that, we actually do have a live stream exclusive coupon just for you guys. It is something that I always fight for to get you guys the best price that we can. So before we throw it on screen, Edwin, I want to ask in 5 words, what would you use to describe the Pro S1?
5 words to...
I'm putting you on the spot.
You're good. Innovative, lightweight, let me think, safe, powerhouse, and let's say future.
Future.
Yeah.
Boom, that's a great way to put it. So, for those of you who don't know, we don't have it here to display, unfortunately, but the Pro S1 is something really special. It is that semi-solid state chemistry. It's going to be reducing the amount of liquid lithium, right?
Yes.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Excuse my language, sorry.
I have one.
It reduces the amount of flammable liquid. Of course, we do everything we can to make sure that all of our products are safe, but inherently... Oh, you do have one.
I have a shell.
Oh, so this is 120 amp. We are talking about the 240 amp is the coupon that we're talking about, but still awesome. It reduces that flammable liquid. Inherently, all lithium products do have a little bit of risk, right? The liquid inside is flammable, but we have so many different safeguards. In the Pro S1, I believe it's 60 BMS checks, security checks.
Correct, yeah.
So if it overheats, if it gets punctured, whatever it may be, it's going to be able to cut it and reduce risk, okay?
Yeah.
So that is the benefit of that Pro S1. It's also in our most premium body, I would say, the Pro S1.
Yeah, it has that nice metal body. It has the terminals a little bit lower, so they're not going to be in the way of anything. And the nice thing about what he was kind of alluding to with the semi-solid electrolytes, now we're able to, you know, pack a lot more power in these individual cells, having a lot more robust, compact battery. And at the same time, it's going to be that much, not saying that our other batteries are not safe, but these are that much safer. So it's definitely the way of the future. We're one of the first manufacturers coming out with this technology too, which is awesome.
Definitely early adopters.
Yep, yes.
So just before we get to Michael's question, Edwin, can we throw up our live coupon code? Not quite the giveaway. Nope. Yep. Bada bing. There we go. So, guys, this is a live stream exclusive. Pro S1 Live 100 is going to be giving you an extra $100. Oh, check it out. I don't want to stand on this too much. I want to get to your guys' questions. So we'll just leave this up for a little bit. You guys do it at checkout. Get a fantastic price that you will only get if you are watching this live stream. So thank you for being here. This is our way to say thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Michael Tishanuk.
45 core Ingles freezer fridge, USB charging ports, been mostly camping, but recently began full-time nomad. Definitely abundant power. Yeah, I mean, kind of like what we were alluding to earlier, go through one of our sizing calculators about what you like running through those USB charging ports, how long you're going to be running that fridge freezer, and we can really dictate an exact system for your needs.
Absolutely. The one which have it, you guys are just all stars. So thank you so much for the questions. If I buy the 12 volt 300 amp hour battery and later decide I'd rather have a 24 volt setup, can the 12 volt be set up for 24 volt? 24 volt, and do I need to switch the panels to 24 if they're currently 12 volt?
You're good, I'm keeping up with it. So the biggest
That's
thing,
impressive.
yeah, the biggest thing with the 12 volt batteries, you have to look at the specifications. Some of our 12 volt batteries are strictly 12 volts. So they have a 12 volt BMS, which is the battery management system, which it's a safeguard of the battery. And some of them are rated at only 12 volts. At that point, you can only hook up these batteries in parallel, keeping them at 12 volts. Now, some of our other batteries, like our Core series, a lot of those do have the option for a series connection. So you can do a series connection to get to 24 volts. So yes, you could definitely do that as long as the battery is rated for it. If it's not rated for a series connection, then you would have to swap out your original batteries for some newer batteries that are rated for that 24 volts. Now, regarding your second question, if you do run 24 volt battery banks, do I need to switch the panels to 24 volts? They are currently 12 volts. Yes, you would need to. So the biggest thing with charging, you need to send a higher voltage than what the battery is rated at to actually receive a charge. If you're trying to send 12 volts to a 24 volt battery, it's never going to charge.
Right.
So yeah, you're going to want to make sure you wire up your panels to send higher voltage to the controller, and then it's going to be able to regulate that energy and send a safe 24 volt charge down to the battery.
This is a lot of fun. Every time you give an answer, I'm like, yes, you're right. Michael Tishanuk says I ran Renogy hybrid in my first rig, upgraded to this system, and you're running the beautiful Starlink. It's just not to talk about Starlink too much because it's not Renogy, right?
Yeah.
But just such a crazy addition to that off-grid life, the amount of support it can bring, and just like I feel like it expands people's capabilities so much, right?
Especially with the Renogy One Core. The fact that you could tie into the Wi-Fi with the Starlink and you can remotely monitor your system.
Right here, actually.
Yeah, right here. We have this one actually hooked up to the internet. So when I do my trainings, I could patch into my system. So I'll be, 3 weeks ago, I was in Elkhart, Indiana doing training. I was able to patch it remotely to the system to kind of display it and show the ins and outs. So something like that in your real world scenario that you can tie into your RV, boat, cabin, wherever it may be, and make sure that your system's working appropriately. You don't have to be there. It's an awesome advantage for sure.
I'm gonna be honest, that segue was all-star.
Slam dunk.
Dude, that was pretty good. So DJ Malou is here. Thank you so much for joining us. We heard your feedback when Mr. Eric was on the live stream, and we brought Steven, who world-leading off-grid expert. So DJ Malou, give us your questions, give us your heart, try to stump him.
Yeah.
You won't.
I'm ready.
DJ Malou is a returning.
I've seen your name come up
hanging out.
before. It's awesome. Yeah.
So I want to ask you.
Yeah.
From what you've seen in your 10 years of Renogy, what is the craziest system that you've ever seen? In terms of personal use, maybe not a business.
Personal use in an off-grid scenario, since we're talking about like RVs and trailers, would be in one of the big toy haulers. They were running 4 of our Rego batteries. So that's 20 kilowatts of battery storage. And they actually had 3 of our inverter chargers for 3 different air conditioner systems. So that was wild. It was in, I believe, Texas or Oklahoma, one of those hot states, you know, and it was awesome. The nice thing about this, the Rego components they were using, it's on a CAN bus communication system, everything communicated to each other. It was able to give you a complete readout of what was going on. So it was an awesome system, and yeah, my mind was blown to see somebody living off the grid trying to run 3 air conditioners.
That's great.
I was like, wait, are you trying to camp or are you trying to, live in the most lavish way?
It's like the Iceman. I don't know if you guys have seen that documentary. Wim Hof.
Okay, yeah.
He's out in the ice all day. He's trying to do that.
Yeah.
But from the RV truck.
Exactly. So they've seen a lot of systems from big to small, and they're fun to see. I always love seeing different systems out there.
Right. That's awesome. For me, I haven't seen too many yet. For like the live stream knows quite well. I'm still relatively new to the space, and I'm very open about that. So I came over here, I was able to go to a trade show recently, and I was able to see a bunch of new cool systems. And everyone's learning with me, which is part of the fun.
That's awesome. Yeah. I was kind of the same way when I started. I knew the solar stuff. I really got into the fun stuff, but I didn't understand the market too much until 10 years later. Now it's like, oh, RVs,
Yeah. Let me see. I Goo says, may I ask some advice for new off-grid
DIY users when choosing system capacity? Yeah. So the best advice that we give is understanding what the user case scenario is. What are they trying to run? And then from there, we can give them the best recommendation. So I always say starting off easy. Not everybody knows wattage of all their components, but get a piece of paper and write, I run my 12-volt fridge for all day. I need my coffee pot in the morning. I run it for 15 minutes. Stuff like that. It will give you a complete understanding of what's happening, of what you're trying to run.
Right.
And then we can really say, all right, well, you're going to need this size battery, this size charging system, and make it an autonomous system. We have a lot of resources, as we were alluding to earlier on our website.
Right.
We have a lot of different calculators you could use that will really tell you exactly what you're going to need to size up an appropriate system based on the needs of the customer or yourself.
Can you believe it that it's already 6:40?
Jeez.
We have been here for 40 minutes. It does not feel like it. This is so much fun, guys. And thank you so much for your questions. We still got like 20 minutes here. So let us know everything that you need to know. We are dying to answer your questions. Boom, right on cue. The Wandering Trovador says, which DC to DC do you suggest for my Ford E250?
E250, I think. You have 2 sizes. Yeah, so we have a couple different DC to DC chargers or DC to DC with MPPT chargers, which are our combo units that have DC to DC charging with solar charging. So it really depends on how big of a battery bank that you're trying to replenish. And then from there, you can go with a 20, a 30, a 40, a 50, or a 60 amp is the biggest DC to DC charger that we have. And as long as the alternator on your Ford E250 is rated 50% higher than the rated capacity, so say if you're trying to do a 60 amp DC to DC charger, we're going to recommend that you at least have a alternator that's rated at 120 amps, so double the amount of the rating. So just ensure that so we don't put too much stress on the alternator, and then you can basically size up based on your budget and based on how fast you want to recharge that battery.
Right. DJ Malou said, I see there's a big community online through the Renogy app. Absolutely, guys. If you haven't already, check it out. Will you guys further your social media presence with giveaways for best creative installation? That's a great idea.
Yeah.
So I work very, very closely with our community team. So I'm definitely going to pass this idea on. It is something that we have talked about, but that's the beauty of these live streams is we get to see what you guys want and we can see that there's a need for it. So I'll definitely pass on the word. Thank you, DJ. That's a great idea.
Yep.
You also, I like the video you guys made recently on installing your kit. Thank you very much. Making these videos is really fun. I know you also make videos.
Yeah,
So
the videos are fun. Bridging that gap, getting you guys the information that's requested, that's needed, and the fact that we're listening to you guys and we're getting it out there as best as possible.
And if you guys are watching those videos and you're liking them, you can leave comments. Give us suggestions for the next videos to make.
Yep.
The best way that we know what to give you guys if you tell us. So if you have an idea for a video or if something is confusing you with your setup, with your install, let us know.
The biggest thing that I've learned from being at this company for 10 years is We don't want to be left behind, and we listen to the consumers, we listen to the market, and we take that feedback to heart, and we take it back to our research and development team and say, what can we do about this? What can we do to help out? And we integrate a lot of these upgrades into the development into our components. So let us know what's going on. And we're here to help you out, and we're here to, that's why we're always coming out with new components each year, because we're trying to meet those needs for the market.
Did we get?
I think,
Oh, we got
I think
offside.
we had another offsides, or else we'd be up like
Second one.
3-0 right now.
Second one. No, if you guys are watching the World Cup, let me know in the chat, guys. If you're there, that is unfortunate. I had Edwin behind the camera, so Edwin is behind. I wish I could show you guys. He's behind the TV. And I just see his hand or his hand doing this. Logistics and crypto said, what about the flexible solar panels? You have it for, that's a great question. I can't say exactly for sure how much it's on sale or if it is, but you can definitely go to our website, www.renogy.com. In our product section, we have our solar panels, and we break it into rigid, flexible, portable, and you'll be able to see all of our flexible offerings. All right, guys. So, like I said, I think in 2-ish minutes, we can do our Dr. Prepare giveaway.
Awesome.
So, like I said, I do want to get into the rules a little bit. We have 2 10,000 mAh portable chargers being offered from our friends at Dr. Prepare. So, the way that it works is that it is first come, first serve. I like to say on this live stream, it's like the Wild West. You got to come out there guns blazing. Because let's say I put in the code, you put in the code, then for everyone else, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So you guys gotta be quick, gotta make sure that you get it. If it is already ran out, when you put the code in, it's gonna be saying that there is no more usage. All right, guys? So Edwin, are we ready to put that on the screen? All right, let's throw it up there. Boom.
3, 2, 1, boom, boom.
Renogy, Steven. Sorry, that was a little loud for the microphone, probably. Renogy, Steven, PH. Steven PH. All right, guys, so make sure you guys get your 10,000 mAh Dr. Prepare portable charger, absolutely free. If it does say that you have to pay for shipping, don't worry, on the back end, we will take care of that. It's a little bug that goes on with our website. Don't worry, it's completely free. This is our thank you alongside our live stream exclusive price for the Pro S1 for hanging out at these live streams. It's unfortunate I have to give you guys free things to hang out with me, but nah,
the nature of the beast, like
it is. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Michael Tishanook said, yeah, is it worth the upgrade? Maybe you can give us some context, Michael. I think we might have forgot about what we were talking about. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't recall.
Let us know what you are thinking about upgrading.
But I would say, yes, it's worth it.
It's always worth it.
It's always worth it.
10.4 logistics. Oh.
I think you're just saying 10.4 on the rules you were given. I got you.
It's been a long life.
Don't worry.
It's been
Kate's been traveling. He's been here in the morning, taking meetings still on his normal time at like 1 in the morning. So he's been all over the place, and we appreciate you being here.
Thank you, sir. No, I appreciate that we can all work together. And that's the beautiful thing about Renogy is like we have people all over the world, and our goal is just to bring you guys good products. We want to bring you so much. Go!
Michael, so flex panels. So flex panels, I wouldn't consider them a direct upgrade from rigid panels. They're gonna fit 2 different needs. They're both panels. A 100-watt flex is gonna do the same thing as a 100-watt rigid. It just really depends on where you're putting, what kind of application you're putting this panel on. If you need a flexible panel, then we have that option. But if you don't mind drilling holes and having that rigid frame and so on and so forth, that's very traditional, then the rigid panel is there for you as well. We also have really good portable panels like the suitcase. We have the blanket that is awesome that you just really unfold like a blanket.
We got the E-Flux as well.
Yeah, so there's a lot of options. Yes, you know, I would say if you feel like it's a need that you need a flexible panel, then you might want to upgrade from the rigid panels. But if those rigid panels are doing the job, keep them how they are.
Absolutely. And F550 Overlander said, congratulations on winning one. I will make sure on the back end that you don't have to deal with that. Don't worry. Just after this live stream, I'll send a message to our lovely teammates that work on our shop and make sure you don't have to deal with that. All right, guys, I think we're ending this live stream in just a second.
Okay.
So, like I said, thank you guys so much. This is like the best time of my week. This totally beats being behind a computer. And to say thank you, I want to put on the screen one more time, Edwin, our Pro S1 exclusive code. You guys are getting 19% off the Pro S1 240 amp hour. This is only for being on the live stream. Along with this, you can also check out our 200 watt ShadowFlux solar panel. Right now, 11% off.
It's really good.
It's a great price. So we will leave this up for just a couple seconds. Is there any closing statements you want to make to our friends?
We really appreciate your guys' time. I know there's a lot going on, you know, taking a little bit of time, even if it's 45 minutes to an hour out of the week, we really appreciate it. We're here to support you guys. We know the customers come first. We take that true to our heart here at Renogy, and we try to do our best at getting in front of the customer. If it's issues, if it's, you know, getting you understanding of solar technology, or if it's just chit-chatting about, you know, your off-grid experiences.
Right.
We love doing it. We take joy in it. Our whole team here, it really loves being involved. We go to trade shows. We do our online videos. We invite people, you know, to training in-person events. So we love being in the forefront. We love hearing your guys' feedback, and let's keep it going.
Right. And so let us know also the feedback. You guys loved the stream with Eric.
Yep.
I want to compare Eric and Steven. All right, guys, let me know the feedback, because I know you guys really love this format. So I'm gonna keep trying my best to bring it to you guys. Yeah. And yeah, it's been a great time. I think that's my dad. Hi, Dad.
That's so awesome.
Milo's my dad.
That's so cool. maybe one day we can do a thing where I patch in with Eric and we're all in there.
We could do it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
We could absolutely.
We could work it out.
You shouldn't have gave me that idea.
Is the best of both?
No, I'm saying you shouldn't have gave me that idea. I'm gonna make you work more.
Yeah, I mean, it's the nature of the beast, like I said.
All right, guys. So we are gonna be closing up the live stream again. Pro S1 Live 100. You're going to be getting $100 off, 19% off the 240 amp hour battery. We are going to be back. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I'm on vacation next week.
There you go.
So I will not be live streaming. But 2 weeks later, on I believe the 19th or 18th, we will be live streaming again. So we will be right back. Oh, Edwin's pulling up the calendar for me. Perfect. July. Okay, so it'll be July 23rd. I will be back. Or no, 22nd. Jeez Louise. Sorry, guys.
22nd looks like a good date.
Yeah, 22nd. 22nd, we'll be back on the live stream, guys. We will make sure to send out notifications and emails. Logistics said hi to my dad. Heck yeah. All right, guys. Well, enjoy the World Cup. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th. Enjoy yourself.
Stay safe.
Be safe, everyone.
Make good decisions. All right, and we'll see you guys in the next live stream. Thank you so much. That's going to be made into a GIF on Ding Talk.
Awesome. Good job, man. That's good.
Yeah,
You killed it. You killed it.
Oh, it's pretty rough.
Yeah.